How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampy's Workshop. I'm so happy that you dropped in again today. Grampy's Workshop turned into a wood shop, not a workshop, because we have another woodworking project we're going to do today. I'm going to build a wood box to replace one that's on the deck. So let's get at her. Alright, so we're going to make our wood box. I want to make a face frame for it, and then I'm going to fill that frame in with hemlock boards. So the hemlock I have is rough sawn, and it's 1x6. So I'm going to make the face frame out of the hemlock as well too. You'll see this as the project progresses. So what I'm going to do is rip this in half because I only want my face frame to be 3 inches wide. So here's my stock that I'm going to use to make the face frame for my wood box. It was 1x6 rough cut. I ripped it in half and then ripped it again so I'd have two kind of halfways flat smooth edges. Then I put it through the thickness planer to get rid of the rough edges because I want the face frame to be finished. And now that measures just 7/8 of an inch, so that's going to be good. I want this wood box to be kind of beefy because when I'm carrying wood I tend to just toss it in the wood box, so I don't want my wood box to fall apart. So anyway, now what I have to do is I have to start cutting some of these pieces for my face frame. So here I have for my front face frame, I've got the 2 long pieces and the 2 short pieces. And what I like to do is, because I'm going to be cutting all of this face wood at the same time, rather than get it all mixed up, make sure I can keep it straight, I'll just tie them all together and I just put a wrap of masking tape around them and I just marked on it front. So that's the material I need for the front. And then I did the same here for the back. And this has got the 38-inch long vertical pieces. So there's the back. So now I have to do the sides. Now I'm working on the sides, so I need to cut the 2 uprights and these pieces. So I know that this one's going to be 26 and the front is going to be 26. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 26s and 2 38s. And then we'll have to figure out what we need at the top. 2 26s would be 52. I'm going to cut 2 26s out of this piece because I can get them with less wastage. So 2 26s. So mark 26 there, set it up in the saw. And then I'll take my stop block here and move that to the end. This way I can repeat the cuts easily. So we're going to try and do a little layout now. So this is the front of our wood box that we're making. When I do my lap joints, I'm going to lay them out this way. And I'm going to mark that. And then I'm going to cut this part out. And then I'll mark this one and cut that part out. So it'll lap together that way. So this will be what's showing. And this part will go solid to the end. And then that part will rest on top of it. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to lay that out for each of them. Okay, and we're also going to mark these corners so that when we put it back together it'll go in the right orientation. Now I could put a 1 here, and a 2, 3, and a 4, but this is the part I'm going to cut out. So I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to put a 1 up here, but I'm going to mark it light so that it can be removed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have to do this for the front, I have to do that for the back, and for the sides. So I'm going to cut this piece out into a half lap. So first thing I had to do was set the height of my blade, half the thickness of the stock. And I've done that, I've set that up already. And now I'm going to mark the edges here. So know where to start my cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, remove that part right there. Okay, I made this, I guess it's a tenoning jig. Made this quite a while ago. It's not right accurate, but it works pretty good. What we do now is we'll just set our pieces of wood like this, run them through, cut a tenon. So we need some setup to do. Looks pretty close. So using that tenoning jig worked pretty good there. It saved me a lot of time. A little bit fussy getting the setup done, but and plus the wood is quite wet. It was out in the rain the other night. That didn't help it any. So we just clean up these a little bit. Now we'll see how this piece is going to go together. And those joints aren't bad, you know, but I'll run the belt sander over them, smooth them up. So we're set up to glue these pieces together. So I got my corners matched up. So I'm going to put some PL Premium on the joints, and then I've got my brad nailer with 3/4 inch brads. Just going to pop a few brads through it just to secure it. I have a little stick of wood here just to spread the glue around. And I like to get the glue on the face of the end grain here, because that sure helps it stick together good. Alright, so that's going to go on there like that. And then get a rag and clean up your mess. And then repeat. (49 3/8). 49 3/8. That's pretty square right there. Okay, we're continuing with this side frame that we're building. The top ledge here, we expect that to be 6 inches. 6 inches wide up here. So I have this piece that's longer than 6 inches, and just a scrap. But I've marked the line here at 6 inches. So if we set that nice and square and pretty at the top, I'm going to make a miter here. I'm also going to make a miter over here to join these two pieces. So what I'm going to do is, I have a nice square edge on this end here. So I'm going to set that so that this corner is lined up with this corner. Something like that. Make the top face of this just intersect with that piece there. Now, in order to get the line here where I need to make my miter, what I'm going to do is where these two pieces intersect, I'm just going to make a mark on that face and on this face. And then the same thing over here. I know that that point is flush there, so I'll make a mark right here where that intersects with this piece. So now if I draw a line from there to this corner, and also if I take this one, since I want these two faces to meet, I take this one, and from this corner here up to here, I draw that, so that cuts away there. So then that angle should equal this angle, and these two faces should come together here. And then these marks that I made here, that's that edge and that edge, and if I join those two lines together, and if I cut off there, then what I'm trying to say is if I cut that, then that should, and cut that, then that should fit in there with good miter joints. Alright, so I'm struggling making this end frame, but I've got these two far corners glued up and this little short 6-inch piece at the top put in. So then we cut our miters on this cross piece, so it's going to fit in here, and although it's sprung a little bit, when you bring everything together it makes the piece square. Now how do we join this? It's a butt to butt joint. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to use biscuits and glue, put it in there, and then I'm going to put a clamp on here to hold it, and a clamp on here to hold it, and I'm hoping that that's going to keep everything tight. Alright, then we're going to run our biscuit joiner in here. We just hold that flush on the piece. Ends up making a slot here for our biscuit. Then we take our biscuits and they'll sit in there like something like that. Because now I'm going to put glue and biscuits in here. So here's a close-up of me spreading the glue. Isn't this exciting? Okay, so now we're going to set this down here, and I've put a clamp on it. This way. I'm just going to put a little pressure on this one, just to pull the sides in. I'm going to put a clamp on this corner because it seems to be coming apart. Alright, now if this will fit, I need to go from corner to about here. Just put a little pressure on that, because what I'm after is to get this joint tight here. Okay.